Hello, this is Dr. Do again. This video is outside of medicine. Continue the book, The Iliad by Homer. I'm going to continue to read it. My heart is torn in two as I try to weigh all this. Shall I pluck him up now while he is still alive and set him down in the rich green land of Lycia, far from the war at Troy and all its tears? Or beat him down at Patroclus' hands at last? But Queen Hera, her eyes wide, protested strongly. Dread Majesty, son of Cronus, what are you saying? A man, a mere mortal, his doom sealed long ago? You'd set him free from all the pains of death? Do as you please, Zeus, but none of the deathless god will ever praise you. And I tell you this, take it to heart, I urge you, if you send Sarpedon home, living still, beware. Then surely some other god will want to sweep his own son clear of the heavy fighting too. Look down, many who battle around King Priam's mighty walls are sons of the deathless gods. You will inspire lethal anger in them all. No, dear as he is to you and your heart grieves for him, leave Sarpedon there to die in the brutal onslaught, beaten down at the hands of Menoetius, son Patroclus. But once his soul and the life force has left him, send death to carry him home, send soothing sleep, all the way till they reach the broad land of Lycia. There his brothers and countrymen will bury their prince with full royal rites, with the mounded tomb and pillar. These are the solemn honors owed the dead. So she pressed, and Zeus, the father of man, God, complied at once. But he showered tears of blood that drenched the earth, showerings in praise of him, his own dear son, the man Patroclus was just about to kill, on Troy, fertile soil, far from his fatherland. Now, as the two came close into each other, Patroclus suddenly picked off Thrasymachus, the famous driver, the aide who flanked Sarpedon. He speared him down the guts and loosed his limb, but Sarpedon hurled next with a flashing lance, and missed his man, but he hit the horse-bold dancer, stabbing his right shoulder, and down the stallion went, screaming his life out, shrieking down at the dust, as his life-breathing winged away, and the paired horses reared apart, a raspy creak of the yoke, and the reins flying, followed as the trace horse slashed the dust in death's throes. But the fine spearman Automedon found a cure for that. Drawing his long sharp sword from his sturdy thigh, he leapt with a stroke to cut the trace horse free. It worked. The team righted, pulled at the reins, and again both fighters closed with savage frenzy, dueling out to the death. Again Sarpedon missed, over Patroclus' left shoulders. His spearhead streaked. It never touched his body. Patroclus hurled next. The bronze launched from his hand. No miss, a mortal hit. He struck him right where the midriff packed the pounding heart, and down Sarpedon fell as an oak or white poplar falls, or towering pine that ship-righting up to the mountain, hewed down with whetted axes for sturdy ship timber. So he stretched in front of his team and the chariot, sprawled and rolling, clawing the bloody dust, as the bull of Mirandine line cuts from the herd, tawny and great-hearted among the shambling cattle, dies bellowing under the line's killing jaws. So now Sarpedon, captain of the Lycia, shield man, died at Patroclus' hands, and died raging still, crying out his beloved comrade name, Glaucus. O dear friend, dear fighter, soldier's soldier, now is the time to prove yourself a spearman, a daring man of war. Now if you are brave, make a grueling battle your one consuming passion. First find Lycia's captains, tange the tank, spur them to fight, and shield Sarpedon's body. Then you, Glaucus, you'll fight for me with bronze. You'll hang your head in shame every day of your life. If the Argives strip my armor here at the anchored ships, where I have gone down fighting, hold on full force, spur all our men to battle. Death cut his short. The end closed in around him, swirling down his eyes, choking off his breath. Patroclus planted a heel against his chest, wrenched the spear from his sore wound, and the midriff came out with it, so he dragged out both the man's life breath and weapons pointed together. Close by, the male mediums slung to the panting stallions, straining to bolt away, free of their master's chariot. But grief came over Glaucus. Hearing his comrade's call, his heart was racing. What could he do to help him? Wounded himself, he gripped his right arm hard, aching where Teucer's arrow had hit him squarely. Assaulting the Argives' wall, when Teucer saved his man, Glaucus cried a prayer to the distant deadly archer. Hear me, Lord Apollo, wherever you are now, in Lycia, rich green country, or here in Troy, wherever on earth, you can hear a man in pain. You have that power, and pain comes on me now. Look at this ugly wound. My whole arm rings with the stabbing pangs. The blood won't clot. My shoulders dead weight. I cannot take up my spear, cannot hold it steady. No wading into enemy's rank, so fight out. And our bravest man is dead. Sarpedon, Zeus' son, did Zeus stand by him? Not even his own son, I beg you. Apollo, heal this throbbing wound. Lull the pain now, lend me power in battle, so I can rally our Lycians, drive them into war, and fight to save my comrade's corpse myself. So Glaucus prayed, and Apollo heard his prayer. He stopped the pain at once, stanched the dark blood in his throbbing wound, and filled his heart with courage. And Glaucus sensed it all, and the man glowed with joy that the mighty god had heard his prayer so quickly. First, he hurried to spare his Lycian captain's arm, ranging his own ranks to fight around Sarpedon. Then he ran for the Trojan lines with long strides. He found Polydamas, Panthous' son, the prince Agenor, and reaching Aeneas and Hector, helmed in bronze, shoulder to shoulder let his challenge fly. Hector, you wiped your allies from your mind, and all for you, Hector, far from their loved ones, far from native land, they bleed their lives away, but you won't lift a hand to fight beside them. There lies Sarpedon, lord of Lycia's shieldsman, who descended his realm with just decrease in power. Ares has cut him down with Patroclus' bronze spear. Quick, my friend, stand by him. Cringe with shame at the thought they'll strip his gear and maim his corpse. These Myrmidons, seething for all the Argive troops we killed, we speared to death against their fast trim ships. I'm going to stop here today and continue next time. Thank you for watching.